Morning, it's Patsy. So I'm popped on to do my February roundup. Can't believe it's the end of February tomorrow. So I thought I'd come on today and fill you all in on what I've been up to in February. Tarot related and that, not an awful lot, because as many of you will know, I have moved this month. So it's been a hectic month of packing at one end and unpacking at the other end. So we're getting sorted. We've been here just over a week now, about 10 days, and we are getting there slowly but surely. Most of the boxes, all the important stuff's all unpacked now. And I've got all my altar out and all my cards and books, etc. They're all back out, so that's good. So yeah, I'm really loving the house. I really love its atmosphere, its energy. It feels like I've always been here. It feels like this is where I should be. I love the place we've moved to, with the sea and the beach at the end of the road, and plenty of shops to keep me amused, and a couple of wonderful little new agey shops. What I've sort of got used to using when I've been coming down for the summer months. So it'd be great that I can use them all year round. So what have I been doing in February apart from moving? I've seen a bit of an improvement in my eyes, which has been great. They flared up again yesterday, which wasn't so great, but typical of me, just get everything else under control, and then my hay fever kicks in. So went out and got me antihistamines back on them, so they're a bit easier today. So tarot wise, I've only brought 2 decks, would you believe? Which for me, it must be a record, because I don't think there's any months where I only buy 2 decks. One of those was a tarot and one of those was an oracle. Now, one of the tarots I did have to buy twice in the 1 month, which wasn't the best, but hey. And that is the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. I did a walkthrough of this. I bought that at the beginning of the month, and then I moved. When we moved here, because I'd left them out and I was using them, I just popped them in a bag and chucked them on top of a box of other things, which was a bit silly of me. I should have put them in my handbag really. And something got spilt all over the box, and of course, because it was only one of these sort of boxes, it all seeped through onto the cards, so they was ruined. So I had to throw those away and order myself a new deck. So this is my 2nd deck in the same month, but I wasn't going to be without it, because I really enjoyed working with it the time that I had it, and was really annoyed that I'd got it spoiled. And it was only through my own stupidity, but I've got it back. So yeah, so this is the tarot that I've been working with when I've been able to work with, and I'm really enjoying working with that. And that really surprises me to say, because I'm not a huge Rider-Waite fan of the original decks, you know, the artwork of the original decks. I love its system, but I'm not so keen on that original work, you know, artwork. And the other one is an oracle. I've also got a walkthrough of this, and this is a Rockpool publishing The Mists of Avalon. And I'm really enjoying this deck. I'm really, really enjoying it. It's this one. You get your keywords on there, and you get plenty from the keywords. Woo, I'm chucking it away. Plenty from the keywords. And if you know the story, obviously that helps as well. But you don't even need to go to the book, which is what I love. I love the imagery, the words to tell you what the message is, rather than having to keep looking at a book every time to kind of get a message. So I am really enjoying working with this deck, and this is going to be staying out because I'm loving it. So that is the 2nd deck that I bought this month. Now, oh, tell a fib, I did buy another deck, but it hasn't come yet. It's due to come today, I think. And that is the Hush Tarot, which I'm really excited about. So that would be 3 decks this month, but that's still good for me. So the other tarot that I've been using this month is, I'm getting used to using is it the Enchanted Forest, this one? or is it Forest of Enchantment? Never sure which way round it is. This is such a beautiful deck. I'm really enjoying working with this. I still get a little bit when I get the court cards, sort of remembering which way round they go, but I'm getting there. But this is so beautiful. I loved working with the Green Witch deck, and this one gives me the same kind of vibes as that Green Witch deck that I have, and I really love this. I really enjoy working with this, and this is one again that will be staying out on the altar for me to carry on working with till I've got those court cards under my belt and know exactly what I'm looking at. The suit changes I'm fine with, and the changes of the majors I'm fine with. It's just them court cards I sometimes have to go, no, which one's that? And I don't like that. I just like to put them bang, 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 do you know what I mean? So, yeah. But I'm using it daily, doing my own daily drawers with it. And, yeah, I love it. I love it. Just look at that face. The artwork is stunning. So, yeah, so that's another deck that I've been using. And another deck that I've been using is the Fairy Oracle. And again, there's the walkthrough of this one too. Now, the reason I've pulled this out to you is this is very Doreen Virtue-ish, this is. You get like the image and then you get the bit on the bottom. When I was packing and unpacking and all the rest of it, I just wanted to grab myself a quick card for the day or whatever. These was ideal, no thought involved, no nothing, just pick, you know, get my card of the day, read the bottom, and I'm done, you know. So when you're busy like I have been, this kind of deck is great just to get a daily message. And they are gorgeous images, and the messages are nice. Like I said, very Doreen Virtue-ish, very uplifting, and sometimes that's what we need. But yeah, I'm really enjoyed using these. I love this one, Believe in Magic. There we go. I think that's gorgeous. So yeah, so that is the Fairy Oracle. So I've enjoyed working with that as well. So that's the decks that I've been using. Like I said, there's not been an awful lot of time for me to be doing things with my tarot. A lot of the time they was packed as well, so it was a bit annoying, but like I said, they're all back out now. And yesterday I had to do a couple of interview readings to become a tarot reader for somebody, you know, for another company, and I got the job on the spot, so I'm really pleased about that. So that should be starting sometime next week, I think. Just a few paperwork to get through, but yeah, I'm really pleased with that. So that's another thing that happened in February. Another thing for me as well was I bought myself, I don't think you can see it, it's behind me, or you can just kind of see the lid there, a dehydrator machine, heating thingy, where I can put my herbs and flowers and that what I want to dry out into that, and it dries it all out in usually under 24 hours, sometimes a little more. But that's great. So I've been busily drying stuff out and potting them up and labelling them up and recording what I've done with that. So I've done a couple of spells as well, and I've logged all that down. So I've been busy doing that sort of thing as well, and really been enjoying that side of it. Growing plants as well. There's one on the end I can see, don't know if you can see it, hyacinth with little pink flowers sticking out. I grew them from seeds, so I'm really proud of them. They look lovely. So yeah, so I've been keeping busy, and it's been great that my eyes have allowed me to keep busy. TV wise, not really. I've been still watching my Midwives, called Midwives, on a Sunday, and I've still been watching the reruns of Downton Abbey with my daughter, so that's great. We're doing, even in the busy times when we was packing and moving, we stopped for a couple of hours just to watch them together. So that's great, and I should continue doing that. But apart from that, I haven't really watched anything else. Book-wise, I haven't had a chance to read any books, but when I was packing, I come across books I completely forgot I'd got. They was in a box under my stairs, because we had like a cupboard under the stairs. And they was in there and I think that happened when we moved from the house previous to that. all those years ago, about well, it would have been about 6-7 years ago, I suppose. I said, just pop them under there for now, I'll sort through them and put them out, and I don't think I ever did. So they were still under there. I completely forgot they was there. So when we moved here, my husband was like, what about this set load of books and that, what you've got here? And I was like, crikey, I've forgotten all about them. So they're here with me, and they're out on my shelf, or the ones that I wanted to keep are out on my shelf. And the first one was this one, The Lance and Shield, excuse me, The Life and Times of Sitting Bull. And I remember buying this, and I do believe I did start reading it. There, yeah, that's probably where I got to. But as you can see, not very far. So that is one that when my eyes allow me to do a few paragraphs at a time, I'm going to hope to try and get through this, because it fascinates me, or so that is something I want to be digging into, and that is by Robert M. Udley. That's the supervised one, so I want to get and read that. Another book that I found is The Essential Lenormand. Didn't even know I'd got this. Completely forgot I bought this. And this is by Rana George, and I have got the deck for this as well. But it's just a essential book on all the meanings and how to use the Lenormand and what have you. And I don't think I even picked this up and even looked at it, to be fair. But it's got all the spreads in there. So that is one I'm going to be delving into, because I do love to read with Lenormand. And Kipper cards. I've got a great Kipper book from the Card Geek, what she done. It tells you how to do the houses and everything on it. So this is one I'm going to be digging into as well in March. So there's that one. And then the other one, and I can't even remember when I bought this one. I know that I took a break from tarot for a few years when my children, my youngest ones now was young, and because of the mother and autism and that, there was a lot to and fro in hospitals and what have you. And the tarot and oracles kind of got pushed aside, and I think I started back in earnest around 2009, 2010, I believe it was. It was roughly around that time. And I possibly bought this at the same time, and again it got put to aside and I never used it. I forgot I got it. It was under my stairs. And it's a book by Dusty White, The Easiest Way to Learn the Tarot Ever. And I remember seeing him on YouTube, I think it was. And I loved how he very intuitive with the tarot, not so much stuck to the meanings, but he was very intuitive of it and how he read, in which is how I like to read as well. And he was talking about this book, saying that it was a book filled with exercises and way to kind of put your skills in using the book as like a book workbook. So I thought, that might be handy to brush up on my skills and get myself back into it. Bought it, never used it. But I've been flicking through it and it looks really good. It's section 1 is what you need to get started, recommended decks for beginners, tarot journals and all that sort of thing. Section 2, got different exercises going for getting harder as you're trying to go. To give you an idea, like you get all the workbooks and work pages in there. There's a bit there, what's that, sample, how we used them. Some different spreads there, time spreads. Yeah, there's other generic astrological spreads, and there's loads of little bits in here when I flick through. Sorry about that. My phone went and cut me off. So yeah, lots of different things in here that it looks really interesting. And what I might even do, I might even do a video once a week, get some use out of this, because like I said, I've never used it. Get some use out of this is to do learn the tarot the Dusty White way or something, and do the exercises from the book to help people who want to learn tarot. It might be something to consider to do, to get some use out of the book. because it looks a really good book, and it does look like it's really well explained and whatever. So that might be another way forward for me to do that once a week or something as well. So my next thing that I am going to do is delve more into my books on herbs and what have you, and do a bit more of that, and I might even record some of the stuff that I'm doing like that. Once the weather improves, I want to get down the beach and go hunting for some wood and things along the beach and shells and whatever, and I'll take you along and see if there's any hagstones and that kind of thing all along the beach. So yeah, but I'm just waiting for the weather, because I can't be out in too much wind and cold weather because it affects my eyes so bad. So I'm begging spring to hurry up and get a bit nicer days so I can get out there and record a bit outside to show you where, you know, the area and that where I am. But yes, so at the minute life is full of great stuff. I'm really enjoying living here. I'm really enjoying what I'm doing now, and yeah, February has been great. 2020 has been great so far. May it continue, and I hope that everybody else is finding 2020 better than 2019, because I think a lot of people struggled with 2019. But yeah, so that's my roundup. That is what I've been up to. That's what I'm intending to carry on getting up to. And I will speak to you all soon. And thank you for watching. Bye for now.